What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Comic Night. My third show just finished last weekend. I was selling comics there, and it could have gone a little bit better than I expected. It's probably because it was a collectible show. There was more than just comics there. There were antiques, there were toys, there was like DVDs, VHS, vinyl, all kinds of stuff. So the attendants who were there were looking for all kinds of different things. Now my second show, I did amazing. I brought 6 long boxes of comic books, and after the show, when I condensed everything, I realized I ended up selling a full entire long box of comics, which was a total success. I had to put 5 long boxes in my car other than 6, which was great. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, I just want to say that I am a collector first. I'm a huge fan. Well, fan and collector, I walk the edge on that, speculating and nerding out on comic books. I still read modern comics, and I got a pull list at my local comic shop. How to make money selling comic books. This is my view. This is what I've been doing. I picked a few comics out of my own collection, and I also bought 2 collections now. And you know, I'm putting them together in boxes and going to conventions to sell. These are local conventions. I'm posting this video because I see guys selling comics on Facebook or Instagram, stuff like that. I'm not doing that. I think it's the whole taking pictures and dealing with subjective grading when you mail them out and stuff getting lost in the mail. I used to sell on eBay for 2 years, and I closed up my store because you know, the fees that we were paying were way too much. And I really love the convention floor. I've always been a convention guy. I feel like I'm in my element. I love talking to people about comic books, artists, cover artists, writers, amazing runs, stuff like this that I can't really talk anywhere else to people about. Aside from the amazing YouTube community, I must say. You guys are all awesome. John's Comic with Kids, Comic Tom, Fire Guy Ryan. There's something amazing about this community, and it's really, really amping up. I just wanted to add that in there. How do you get started selling at a convention? Well, here's what I did. I went on Facebook, and they have an events page. And if you're anything like me, you love comic books and you follow Image, Marvel, DC, and then like buy and sell comic pages, all that stuff will, you know, use the Facebook algorithm or something, and it will show all the different events in your area that are having comic conventions. So I went into there, and I found a whole bunch of them that are, you know, in the future, in 2019. So I signed up for them. Also, I already knew there was a comic show in my area that I went to myself. So that's the first one that I went to because it's all collectors. There's no cosplay. It focuses like strictly on comic books, and it's fantastic. It's a local show. It's in a banquet hall, which is fantastic. It's very classy. You go there with a suit and tie and have a smoke. Find these events on Facebook and email them, and you know, tell them that you want to sell comics at their show. They'll send you a little draft, a little application, and fill it out, and there you go. The biggest hurdle is the collection that you want to sell. Like I said, I have 6 boxes that I sell. It's partially my collection and a collection that I bought. My collection, I have a lot more play with what I price it at. I just want it gone because I don't want it in my collection anymore. I'm really trimming the fat on my collection. to make it look better to me. You know what I mean? I got 20 long boxes of comic books that I've accumulated over, I'm going to say, decades. I'm 33 years old, so I don't know. It's just a long time of collecting comics. And then there's the collection that I bought, where I have to be more stringent on my pricing. There's videos about that collection that I bought from last year. It basically kicked off me doing comic shows. We got to talk about grading this collection now. Here's just a random book that's in a pile. The Power of Warlock #1. I got it at $60. You can't just throw a price on these books though. Collectors are gonna put it in their hands. They're gonna want to open them, take a look at them. So just be stringent on your grading. Be strict on your grading because some guys might pick out something that you didn't see. The YouTube community has all kinds of great videos on grading. These black covers are really tough. They have creases that break color. Actually, I was just thinking about those Star Wars books that I have. Here's another thing to keep in mind. They were mostly printed as 30-cent books. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think the first few are 30-cent books, but there is a price variant at 35 cents. You need to definitely keep your eye out for those because they're worth a lot of money. So you can't just price them as a typical Star Wars #1 or 2 that you see on eBay or Go Collect. Which takes me to my next point. Go Collect is a great tool I use to price my comics. I need to convert my prices to Canadian, which is easy. You just go on the app, conversion app, or Google, I don't know, whatever you want to do. If you don't want to use Go Collect, you can get just go on eBay, sold listings, see what they're selling for in auction, and buy it now under sold, and then maybe compare to what the listings are for, because you might miss something. The more prices you see, the better of an idea you can make for yourself and your prices. My third show just passed. I have a better idea on how I want to price my comics, because listen, you can't price, at least for me, I can't price it as eBay pricings go. I want to get rid of these books, not get rid of them, I want to sell these books. I don't want to carry them from show to show to show to show and make this like a lifelong huge thing. I want to get rid of this inventory that I have and make some money on it, right? That's the point. We want to make money, and in order to make money, we need to sell. So to put a $10 book for $2.50 for $2.50 might not be the best idea, but maybe put it for $5. If it's selling on eBay for $10, take that hit, but at least it's gone and you're making that money. Other than carrying it from show to show for like 7 or 8 shows and finally finding one person who will buy one of those books. Other than selling, 30 of them in one show. It makes a lot more sense. These are just things I've learned, experiences I've come across, and I'm just sharing it. So I'm using these stickers for $10 books and these stickers for $5 books. If I find that my $10 books and $5 books aren't selling at all, it makes it easier to change the prices because there's stickers. There's not like a sticker there with an actual like $10, because then you'd have to change every single price if you wanted to change the prices on it. This way, if you have stickers on your books, you can do a sign that says, okay, these $10 books aren't $10 anymore. Now I'm going to make them $8. And boom, you're done. All you have to do is that one sign. The next thing you want to focus on is your comic rack, the stand that's like behind you, holding all the high grade expensive books. So after I drilled shelves on it, it looked pretty good, pretty decent. And when it came to actually putting it in my car, it was way too big. So what I ended up doing was taking a laundry hanger where you put your wet laundry on, and I found a cool rack at work, and I just basically zip tie these two pieces together, and boom, there you have it. I have a comic rack. How are you going to set up at the show? This is a big factor. My first show, everything was kind of messy. Books were not in any order. There was expensive ones and then like not so expensive ones. I think that's basically how I had it. My second show, I really learned from that because the guy beside me was doing $1 books, and his table was on fire. Like, people were all over it. People were buying. The money was coming through. So I learned on that I should have some $1 books just to get some traffic to my table. So my second show, I had 3 boxes of $1 books, a box of $3 books, and then I had my box of Wallish books, which I'll get to, and then 2 boxes of the sticker books. So $10 green sticker and $5 blue sticker books. Two boxes of those, which people loved. People went through them like crazy. Back to the Wallish books. These are books that didn't make the rack. Before the show started, I had a vendor come by and go through my books. I didn't have a sign for this particular box. All my other boxes have signs. And he's like, "Oh, what's in this box?" And I'm like, books that didn't really make the wall. He's like, "Oh, Wallish books. Those are good." I love that box. I love that name. So I put a sign on it. It's called Wallish books. Where did this come from? Here's my Wallish books. Little sign. I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned so far, this is only my 3rd show, was be patient. Even if you're in a bit of a lull. I know around 1 o'clock at my first show, just after lunch, there was a big lull. But then it picked up again, and I started making some money, so that's always good. Be patient. I hope you enjoyed this little segment. I have another, I think, 2 months off before the next comic show. Things have been really hectic, getting all the books together and doing all this stuff. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Should be a few comments, and hopefully I could help you guys out with any issues you have. Thanks.